sounding chipper. Right, I'm going to drop carrier now, and I will come back on AM, and see you all in a second on AM. I'll be running the KW Vanguard through the Optimod, but I've been playing around with the settings, and I can't remember whether I left them in the correct position, so all my apologies if the audio is rubbish on the first go, but we'll give it a whirl. So 1 second, callers.
Okay, this is Golf Zero Uniform Kilo November G0 UKM going to AM for the second half of the Cray Valley top band net, running around about 9 or 10 watts carrier, around about 30 watts PEP from a 1959 KW Vanguard. So we're running it processed tonight, and looking at that, it's looks like it's fairly fully modulated, but we'll find out what the audio is actually like on the next over. So I'm going to pass this one to M0 JCF from G0 UKN, over.
Yeah, G0 UKN, M0 JCF, using the Codar AT5. Hopefully I'm transmitting on frequency. I've left the Codar on for a couple of hours, likewise the AR88. A guy sounding fantastic on that Vanguard, absolutely AM broadcast type of quality on shortwaves, that is, not your medium wave broadcast, but you know, very, very comparable to a shortwave broadcaster doing speech. I'm sure the music would be rubbish, but I'm not sure on the modulation on this. Apparently, according to the meter, I'm putting about 10 watts, around about 10 watts. Yeah, 10 watts modulated, 12 watts modulated, and about 5 watts, 4 or 5 watts showing on the meter unmodulated. So I don't know how accurate this meter is. It's a little Chinese QRP auto tuner. I had to give up with manual tuners and meters tonight. As I say, lots going on. I'll imagine, did Nathan say he was staying on? I'm not too sure. It goes round to NAJ. If no NAJ, it goes round to IPY, and if not, it will go through to someone that we do hear very well, and will probably be giving me plus 60 and a very good audio. It will be Dave, M0WDT. So I'm pretty sure he said he was listening, but we'll go round to M7 NAJ from M0 JCF in the group. I'm not sure if you came back to me. Yeah, can hear you, Nathan. No problem whatsoever, mate. Sorry, I've got 3 switches to switch when I switch backwards and forwards. So back to you, Nathan.
Well, things to be working. Well on about somewhat level. We're talking about somewhat battle for around how full on fast. At first I went around, but I had to sort out myself. So I also couldn't go for about a little round once more. And I believe it's round to RP1 for that one. If not, then I believe it's round to Bell 7D4 for that one. So I passed over for first look at, and look someone else look at. I'm 7 RP left, and I'm 7 and out well.
Yeah, I don't think IPY is there. What I will do, I'm going to quickly break in and pass it round to G4NOW to have an over before we go to WDT.
Very good evening. Sorry, Dave, G4 now here. Sorry, I was watching on RSGB
cast from on YouTube about CW. I've just came in at the end of the SSB now. Everybody I've heard so far is 5 and 9. So I put it on to, so I didn't have my pencil ready there, to WSJ, whoever it is to take it from G4 now. Leave me along.
Yeah, round to you, Dave, WDT.
Hello. Hopefully everyone can hear this. Mike 0 WDT receiving. Just before I make it over, I just want to quickly check if I'm being received. So is this working okay? Over.
Yeah, sounds fine, Dave.
Thanks very much. Thanks very much, Guy. So on the AT5, and as again, I still haven't got my PEP meter in line, but I'm sure well, measured on an oscilloscope, it's about a 6-watt carrier. So yeah, I'm sure it's fine. I just remembered Mark, he's talking about the radio with the output power increasing up to 200. I just wondered whether you found out what was causing that. That sounds very strange indeed. Yeah, so far, Guy, your audio is absolutely fantastic. Really, really, really good quality audio. Yeah, I think you've probably got the settings perfected there, to be honest. And Mark, JCF, you're doing very, very well if you're on your 817, or you're on your AT5. Perhaps you're on your AT5. Yeah, very, very strong signal and very strong audio as well. Nathan, I couldn't quite understand Nathan, but I am listening on DFT DX10, and from the past nets, I kind of realised that this radio isn't really that great at receiving AM. It does sort of clip the audio quite aggressively. So I don't know what Nathan sounded like to everyone else. If he was fine, then I would say it's my receiver, but I couldn't really understand the audio. It just sounded really sort of clipped and distorted. But yeah, obviously that might be my end. And Dave, NOW, your great signal, 5 and 9, and good audio. So with that, I'll pass it over to, I'm not sure who's next on the AM. I know FDP's next, so we'll perhaps try, see if FDP, Frank, if you're coming on the AM section, I'll hand it over to you. G0 FDP from M0WDT.
Yep, okay there. M0WDT from G0 FDP on AM now, yes. Well, as one would expect, because Guy's not that far away from me, you've got the best signal of all tonight, Guy. No problem at all. You're above even the noise level that comes on this particular band on AM, and you're about 5 or 9 plus 20, and the audio's as clear as a bell. No problem whatsoever. With Mark, he's not as loud as he was on SSB. I can hear him, but nowhere near as strong on that one, unfortunately. But I can hear him. But at least I know he does try on that one as well. And he's got a few knobs to sort out, but there we are. Anyway, WDT, you're not a bad signal actually. You're 5 and 920 on the SSB side. This side you're just a little bit lower than that, but 5 and 9 plus about 5. But you're just getting over what they call, what I get is the AM noise. And as soon as I get above that, it gets as clear as a bell. No problem at all then. See, it's like Guy, see, once Guy starts talking, it's as clear as a bell. There's no noise at all on it. And it's as clear signal as all round. Anyway, that's me. I don't know whether you're getting me very well, because I only get about 5 and 9 on SSB, but possibly on this particular side, AM, I'm not quite sure. Maybe Guy will probably get me the best because I'm not far away. Right. Kieran, are you still on the, you go on the AM side? Kieran, GACHB, are you on the AM? G0FTP, over to you, Kieran.
G0FTP, GHCHB recording. Yes, I'm still here and I was able to give some reports, and you, Frank, you were just about 5 and 9 on SSC, and you're at 5 and 9 plus on the AM, so it's all change here. Guy, you're at 5 and 9 plus, a terrific signal again, and Mark, you're certainly better than you were on SSC. You're breaking the 5 and 9 barrier as well, 5 and 9 plus. Unfortunately, Nathan, I knew he was there, but I couldn't really copy him. Wasn't able to break through the noise as far as I was concerned. And G4NOW, Dave, I had to take my earphones off my ears when I was turning the volume down when you came in. So obviously you're not very far away, and you might be able to sort of get me with a shout out the window. But anyhow, it was very, very, came through very, very strongly indeed. Mark, Dave WDT, I beg your pardon. Yeah, I was able to copy you. You were over the noise, but not nearly as strong as you were on SSC. And that's it. They're the signals as I've heard them. And I'm not expecting to be doing very well on AM either. So it'll be interesting to see if anybody can hear me. I won't hold it too long, and I'll pass it straight over to I want to say NRH. Over to you, Dave. G6 NRH from GHCHB.
GHCHB, G6 NRH. God dear, what a transformation. Of course, some of the signals have gone way up and some of them have gone way down. Frank, G0 for power, you're right up to 5 and 9. That was before. You were really down the noise for me when you were doing single sideband. But on AM, you're a lot better. I've both part at the top of this. Guys, you're 5 and 9 plus. Mark, you're 5 and 9 plus also. Lovely audio. And I couldn't hear the other station at all. It was really in the noise. I could hear a few words but couldn't really make out what it was. G4W and WRW, GNOW, Dave was 5 and 9, lovely signal, lovely audio. Now Dave, you went down a bit. M0WDT, you were top of the list on single sideband, but when it comes to this, you're still perfectly readable, but it seems your output dropped, and it was definitely, you could hear the difference between that, but perfectly readable. And of course Frank was just amazing. I just couldn't believe how good Frank was. Right, and also Kieran, you were, I think it was 5 and 7 I'll put it down to, but lovely, lovely audio, but you brought a lot of noise with you. Or maybe it's just me, I just happened to pick up the noise at that particular time. But other than that, everyone's a really great signal. It shows you what you can do. But I'm using this modern rig, so it's really cheating as far as it's concerned. It only takes a couple of seconds to do it on AM. So it's not like you're really working at it when you have to alter the carrier and everything else. I did try earlier the ST101B, but it just would not work on top band. I thought I got it to work, but no, it just gave up. All I could hear was a few mutterings, and that's it. But it was right back in the box, so I don't know what's happening there. But it's such a big lump, there's no way I'm going to try taking it apart and doing it now. So I'll have to wait until I feel a bit better before I start playing about with it, because it's a heavy old beast, as you know, guys. But we'll see how we go. Let's see, who else I'll pass it over to? I think it should go to, I think that's me. I think I'm at the bottom of the list now. So I'll quickly pass it back to you guys. G0 UKN, Golf 6 November, Romeo Hotel.
Yeah, G6NRH, G0UKN returning. Okay, well, give some reports first of all. Yeah, Nathan, I could hear your problem, but it was hard to understand. I think it might just be you need to spend some time sort of working out how to set up that rig on AM, whether you were just trying too hard with it and hitting it with too much audio, something like that. But I would agree with Dave WDT that it was hard to understand. Other reports, M0JCF, yeah, Mark, nice audio, nice signal, and I would agree you were stronger than you were on SSB, with nicer, you know, sort of, it sounded fuller than on SSB as well, so I guess really it's just a little bit more power and AM is wider, so that's what we say about that one. G4NOW 59 plus, excellent signal. M0WDT, excellent signal. Likewise, your AT5 is sounding fine. No problems at all. Kieran, CHB, sounding fine. Not as strong as some of the others, but good audio. Frank, FDP 59 plus. Nice sounding audio as well, so that was all absolutely fine. Right, who else? Oh, that's interesting. I've got that second harmonic's higher than I'd like it to be. Oh well, we won't worry too much about that. What else was there? Who else was there? Should I say? Yeah, 6NRH, not terribly strong, but readability 5. I just had to, well, say readability 4. I had to listen a little bit more than I did with everybody else, but copied every word you said, Dave, so no problem on any of that. And thanks very much, both Dave and Mark, for the, well, everybody for the nice audio reports. This is, interestingly, it's the Vanguard on low power, so the Vanguard has a switch on the back to switch it between high power, which will be about 25 watts carrier and around about 100 watts PEP, and it's switched down to about 9 or 10 watts carrier and around about 30 watts PEP, which is what I set it to for the top band next, but it would run a considerable amount more power, but there you go. Right, I'm going to go over around to there, and I'm just going to tweak some controls, and I'm just going to have a play with something. Sorry, I'll disappear for a second. Okay, sorry about that. No, I was just peeking. I've got the spectrum analyzer on, and I was just peeking the load and the plate control just to. I was slightly concerned about the amount of second harmonic I was seeing, so I was just playing with that to take the second harmonic down a little bit. Okay, it goes back around. Tell you what, no, I'm going to pass it to Dave G4NOW. Now he's had a chance to hear everybody. And Dave, if you would pass it on to M0JCF, and we'll go once or twice more round on AM, so that we get a few goes on AM. But notice you're late on parade. We'll let you off, but yeah, please do take an over now. You've managed to hear everybody. G4NO, if you pass it around to Mark JCF after you're over. G4NOW, G0UKN in the group.
G0UKN in the Cray Valley top band there. G4 now in Elton. Yeah, okay, thanks, mate. The audio is phenomenal. You're 5 and 9 plus 40 dB, where I can virtually see you. I'll just go down. Dave was quite difficult to hear. There's a huge noise level here. Never had it as high here. 5 by 7. Kieran, you're 5 by 9. plus 10 dB. Dave WDT, you're 58599. You're obviously very strong. Nathan, sorry, I said last time 5 and 9. I could hardly hear something in the noise there, Nathan, if you can hear me. I said 5 and 9 last time. That's not the case. Sorry, I didn't write it down properly. M0 JCF, as always, 5x9. So I'm trying 5x9 as well. So it's all very good. Using the iPhone 706 Mark 1 here. It's about 10, I think, 10, 11 watts, something like that. So that's what's going on here. So sorry, late on parade, apologies. Right, I'll pass it straight up to Mark M0 JCF from G4 now.
Break.
Yeah, was there a break then?
Yeah, just me, Guy. I've got to depart because I've got to take some meds, etc. Because I'm on insulin and so I know it's a bit of a faff, but I do apologise. Thank you, lads, for being on here and made it a pleasurable net, and thank you for running the net, Guy. And hopefully we'll do this next time, and hopefully see you all on Thursday. This is Golf 6 November Romeo Hotel, now going QRT.
Okay, Dave. Yeah, I didn't catch why you've got to go QRT suddenly, but I hope everything's all right. Round to you, Mark.
G0 UK and M0 JCF after the big switching faff. Yeah, Dave said he's got to take some meds, so he's got to dive off and do what he's got to do. That's why he was going. Nathan, do you know what? He sort of jumped in, didn't he, and said, can you just tell me, am I getting out? And the only response was, yeah, I can hear you. But I do concur with everyone else. His audio wasn't good at all. Talking of audio, yes, Dave, WDT, I'm using the Codar AT5 with the ACOS Bakelite microphone. I have actually got 2 homemade microphones that I wanted to try. I wanted to try them last time, but me and Dave got, NOW got involved with all sorts of stuff. I've been watching people on Derby SDR. I can see myself, my signal is there. I could see Guy, I could see Dave. In fact, I think I could see everyone, including Kieran and Frank. But Nathan, I'm not sure I could see him. I say here, couldn't see him. I'm showing sort of S5 on the QSB, S5 to S7 for me. And what was the other thing? So we've done Nathan's audio. Oh yeah, you was also asking Dave, WDT, about the 440S. Well, basically, bloke has said, yeah, I've got this TS 440S. It does all weird things. So would you have a look at it for me? Yeah, of course I will. I picked it up, I brought it back, I connected it up. I thought, well, it's receiving, seems to be receiving okay. And I checked it, and I was going through the tuner, the AT230 Kenwood tuner, and I had him on the phone, and I'm going, do you know, I can't see what's wrong with this. I cannot see what's wrong with it. 100 watts, and all of a sudden the power just climbed dramatically, went through 200 watts, and I thought, whoa, hang on a minute. So anyway, I switched off. I had a chat with him on the phone. Then I went back to my, I've got 2 TS830Ss, both plain silly buggers at the moment. And I went to use my one. I thought, well, that's a bit strange. I can't tune the tuner. I can't get anything to work. And I thought to myself, surely not. I've got a feeling the 440S has done something to this tuner. I need to have it open. I tried several radios on it, and then tonight I came back to it. I tried the FT817 on the manual tuner, going absolutely nowhere with it. I tried the Codar AT5, going absolutely nowhere, and you know, the list goes on. But there you go. It's all fun and games until someone loses an eye. And yeah, the KW 160. I I've just realised actually my auto tune has gone off. I wonder if I'm still transmitting. We'll find out in due course. I seem to be putting out a carrier, or am I putting out a carrier on Derby? Who knows? Yeah, the KW160 that I bought a few months back. I've had it open, someone's been inside it, lots of mods, lots of recapping, lots of rewiring and some weird things going on. So I didn't get round to using it today. So I'll hand it round to you, Dave, if you can hear me. As I say, I'm not sure if I'm transmitting beyond the tuner at the moment because the battery's gone flat. M0WDT, M0JCF in the Cray Valley top band net.
0JCF. M0WDT receiving. Yeah, all received there. You were still transmitting. Yeah, everything good there. I mean, I don't really know. I'm not massively knowledgeable about this sort of thing. I just wonder though whether there's DC coming out of the back of the radio. Is that even possible? Yeah, I guess it depends whether your tuner's got a blocking capacitor or anything, but that could probably mess with something and cause all sorts of strange things depending on the design of the meter, I suppose. But yeah, that's a strange one. Either that or the output stage is oscillating. But you would have thought it would be getting ridiculously hot, putting something like 200 watts out. But then, yeah, I guess it depends what frequency it's on, right? Because I don't think they're flat response on meters, so some frequencies might give a more response or something like that. Anyway, I'm sure there's someone out there that probably could help you. But not me. What I have been slowly sort of getting into my project, which is making a receiver for this AT5. It's sort of combined power supply and receiver. And I've nearly completed the power supply. So Guy, I'll probably be bringing your power supply back to you, and hopefully next net I'll be on my own power supply that I've built for that. But obviously with most of these projects, massively over-specified and not enough time to do it. So that's going to take a while. I'm going to try and get it done for the construction contest, but yeah, time's getting on and yeah, we'll see. But yeah, just a couple of the last things just to report for Frank. You're 5 and 9. Kieran, lower signal, probably 5 and 8, but perfectly readable. And G4NOW, good signal, 5 and 9. And I think I've probably covered everyone there. So I'll pass it back round to Frank. A G0FDP from M0WDT.
M0WDT, I think it's Dave, I'm not quite sure now, got so many Daves on this truck, but there we are. Anyway, you're not a bad signal, WDT, not as good as on the SS3 side, but I can hear you at about 5 and 9 plus 10. On the actual SSB side, there's 5 and 9 plus 20. And of course the audio was a lot better on sideband than it is on audio, but there we are. I can hear you, no problem. G6NOH, couldn't hear a word that Dave was saying, but obviously he's disappeared, he's got to take his medicine, so fair enough there. And Mark, normally Mark, you give me a brilliant signal, but tonight you're not, I wouldn't say you're exceptionally higher than what you normally are, because you're not running very much power at the moment, obviously that's why. And G4NOW, I would have thought he'd have been a much better signal than what he did just a little while ago, because he's not that far away. I know Mark is closer, but NOW is not that far away, and he's high up as well, same as me, but I could read him with no problem, but I would have thought he had a better strength of signal, but he didn't anyway. No problem there. Anyway, Kieran I can hear is about the same on SSB as he on the AM side, so no problem there, Kieran. And Very well done on that. Right, now, who are we going to give it to next? Well, I'm going to give it to Kieran now, GHCHB. Kieran, I can hear you okay. Not as good a signal as you normally have been, but at least I can hear what you're saying. That's the main thing. GHCHB, G0FDP, over to you, Kieran.
G0FDP, GHCHB returning. Yes, thank you very much for the report, and yes, I must say that the top of the list tonight, Guy, you are with your signal of 5 lads, plus the beautiful, nice scene, and Mark, you're also a very, very strong signal on this, which surprises me because it was stronger than you were in SSB, which and obviously much easier to read as well. That was great, yeah. Dave, NOW, perfect signal, no problem at all. I mean, obviously you haven't got the studio quality sound that Guy has, but it's perfect. It was very, very clear, very, very clean, and very, very strong. Dave, WDT, I didn't do very well with that last over of yours, and you were just circling slightly above the noise. I was able to pick out most of what you said, but with the odd phrase now and then, I just got lost in it. I mean, you're coming up 5 and 7 on the meter, but I don't think that's enough with the noise floor that I have here tonight. Right, and Frank, as usual, you're 5 and 9 plus signal with me, and never had a problem. I think you're the path between your place and out and that here. It's armchair copy for me when you're on, so you're 5 and 9 plus tonight. I mean, surprisingly stronger than we were in SSB. So this is change of fortune. Right. So that's everybody's support. I've had a lovely evening tonight. Thank you. And there were slight apologies for I messed up at the beginning. But it was a good way to test that rig, to give it a push out, to see what anybody said. So I'll go back to the drawing board, probably do a little bit, try actually to read the manual, which would help, right? And a few bits and pieces like that. And take your suggestion, Guy. I'll have a look at the antenna as well. I know you're not a fan of NZ halfway, and with reason are not balanced. I can understand all of that. So, with that, I'll say a big thank you to everybody, and I'll make this my final, and thank you, Guy, very much for running it. It was very, very interesting tonight. I know there's nobody else after me, so I'll go straight back to you. G0UKM from the GHCHB.
Yeah, GHCHB, G0UKM. Okay, well, very many thanks everybody for coming up on the net tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure, as always, to speak to you all, and just to, generally chew the fat, as they say. So really, really pleasing. Nothing else to add on this side. I think it's all been said. And I will not be around for next month because I'm away on the summer holes. But if anybody else is around, I don't know whether Mark is around and will be able to run it, or whether somebody else will. But I'm not going to be around for the July one. So bowing out of that one, unfortunately, because we'll be in Cornwall. I might, I will have a rig with me and a tuner and a length of wire, so I could have a listen and then see what happens. And if I've got a nice low noise floor, I might hear you all, and I'll give you a holler if I do. So we'll see how that one goes. But anyway, thanks very much everybody for joining the net. Have a very, very good month, and all stay well. And I wish everyone 7-3s, and I will throw it open, and then whoever happens to pick it up can pick it up. So 73s, and this is Golf Zero Uniform Kilo November, shouting down at the Cray Valley once a month top band net.
Yes, okay guys, 73 tune, have a good holiday when it comes up, and we won't see you next month. Okay, from G0FDP, 73s.
Yeah, M0 JCF. Guy, if you're still on, I'd like to try out one of my homemade crystal microphones, if that's at all possible. Give us 3 seconds for me to put all the switches back into receive. M0 JCF, listening for G0 UKN.
At the moment, give it a go. Yeah, I'm still here at the moment. Give it a go, Mark.
I am. Yeah, G0 UKN M0 JCF. It's not running too well. I'm using a crystal microphone built into an old curry pot. Let me just put it in front of the camera just so that the viewers get an idea of what I'm talking about. And you may or may not be able to hear me. I'm going to try it from different distances. At the moment, I am just about 12 inches away from the microphone, and now I'm right on top of it. And it may sound like I'm talking into a bucket, because that's essentially what I am doing. I'm talking into a handheld bucket. It's a little plastic pot. If you can imagine like a big yogurt pot, it's got the lid on it, holes in the lid, it's got holes in the base, and the element is a crystal earpiece element. So it was just a fun thing to do, and I can see that I'm modulating, I can see I'm transmitting. So give us a second, and then you can let me know what it sounded like. And if you could do a video, that would be great, because it sounds weird to me just talking into it. It'll be very nice to hear it, how it sounds from the other end. So give us just 3 or 4 seconds to get back into receive. M0 JCF, listening for G0 UKN.
Yeah, M0 JCF, G0 UKN returning. Well, that's the other end of the spectrum from what we're running here, isn't it? It was completely flat sounding. You had no bass to it, but it was communications quality, no problem at all. I could copy everything you were saying. Readability 5. Yeah, as I say, it's not going to win any hi-fi prizes, but I did. When you said, "Oh, can you video it?" I did video a few seconds, but not many, because you only mentioned it towards the end of your over. So yeah, sounded absolutely fine, Mark. M0 JCF, G0 UK, and didn't sound as good as the real microphone.
Yeah, G0 UKN, M0 JCF. Let me just take the lid off of this. What I was going to do, I was going to put some wadding of some sort inside it, just to try and dampen it down. I say I've got holes all over the place to give airflow, so it didn't sound like I was talking into a bucket. But yeah, I was just going to wad it out with tissue paper, that sort of thing. But of course, it's one of those things, I've got to have somebody at the other end. But you know, it was a fun thing to do, and it's just something that, you know, I can talk about later down the line. All right, well, I'm going to say thanks for running the net. As I say, I ran it for you last month, and in July, I'll wait until nearer the day, nearer the beginning of July, and I'll sort of play it by ear. Hopefully I can do it. Of course, it is the middle of summer, everyone's on holiday, and it's like the bank holiday Monday. There might be a lack of people anyway. anyway, so it might be fortuitous that you're not around. But of course, we've then gone past the longest day, haven't we? And the nights start drawing in. So the skip, the propagation might pick up again, and we should get some DX. All right then, so M0 JCF is signing off, and of the Cray Valley top band net, and having a lot of fun. And I'll tell you all next month about my tales of woe with all the transceivers here that I've got. I must have about 6 or 7 now that don't work, including a tuner that don't work and a 32 amp power supply that don't work. The list goes on, and you're probably quite right, Dave, WDT, if you're still listening. Yeah, it may well be that the transceiver's going into oscillation, and it's probably like a runaway effect, and yeah, it starts to climb, goes over 200 watts, and as I say, you know, there might have been a voltage spike. I don't know what. I haven't looked inside the tuner yet to see what's going on there, but a story for another day. M0 JCF definitely clear. Back to you, Guy, in case you've got any passing comment. G0 UKN to close the net from M0 JCF.
Yeah, M0 JCF, G0 UKN. As I said on, what did I say? I said it on the WhatsApp group. I would be looking, if that was me and it was a 440S, having played with a few, I would be looking at the PA board. I would be undoing the screws holding the PA board down, and I would be remaking, and I would be cleaning with a fibre brush all of those, screwing them back down, because I have had multiple bad earthing problems on a 430 and on a 440, and make sure that PA board is absolutely properly decoupled and completely earthed down, and then disconnect the PA board from everything else, and then see what happens, because my gut feel is, yes, it's the PA taking off. The ALC will do nothing, because the ALC just removes the drive, and the thing will just go higher and higher until those transistors blow up. So yeah, my gut feel is it's an earthing problem on the board, because they're shite. They were when they're new, and they still are. Oh my God, just look at the PLL staging and look at how badly that's put together. All right, I've had my say about the TS430 and the 440. Give me a 757 to fix any day. See you later, Mark. Have a good one. Cheers and beers.
Yeah, cheers for that. Yeah, I know, I do understand. And of course, them and the earlier ones suffer with all that conductive glue. Story for another time. The net's now closed, and I want to get on and edit down these 2 videos and get them uploaded to YouTube, so you can all hear your quality transmissions. Bye-bye, everyone. Any shortwave listeners, you can get a report from me, or you can send me a report via qrz.com, and I will QSL if you need them, but I don't expect that to happen this time. Cheers.